All right, let's talk about AI. It's everywhere, right? But what is it really? Is it this amazing key that's about to unlock humanity's next great chapter? Or is it a threat to the very creativity that makes us, well, us? That's what we're digging into. So this is the big question we're wrestling with today. Are we building a tool that's going to launch us into a new stratosphere of achievement? Or are we maybe automating the very skills that we value most, potentially leading to a kind of creative flatline? To really get a handle on the stakes, we got to look at both sides of this.
Okay, let's start with the promise, the really exciting stuff. Proponents are calling this nothing short of a productivity revolution. And honestly, we're already seeing it completely shake up how we get work done all over the world.
You know, for years, AI felt like this abstract thing from a research lab. Not anymore. Now it's a real hands-on tool that people are using every single day in software development, graphic design, journalism, finance, even creating music. It's not on the horizon anymore. It's literally on our desktops.
And the reason it's catching on so fast? Well, it's pretty simple. For any business, the logic is just incredibly compelling. First, you automate all those repetitive, boring workflows. Naturally, that leads to cutting costs. And boom, the result is this massive spike in efficiency. It's a simple, powerful economic argument that's almost impossible to ignore.
But, and this is a big but, all that efficiency comes with a pretty fundamental question. To get the full picture, we have to flip the coin and look at what some are calling the imitation paradox. In other words, where is all this intelligence actually coming from?
And here's the absolute core of it. These AI models aren't just inventing things out of thin air. They are trained on truly mind-boggling amounts of data created by humans. Our writing, our code, our art, our conversations. Their intelligence is basically a mirror, a super sophisticated, complex mirror reflecting our own collective knowledge back at us. Just think about the difference for a second. On one side, you have skills that take a person years, maybe even decades of hard work to master, like writing elegant code or designing truly original artwork. And on the other side, you have an AI that can spit out something that looks pretty similar in just a few seconds. It's basically replicating hard-won human expertise on demand. So let's be clear, this massive push for AI isn't just about a fascination with cool technology. It is being fueled by some incredibly powerful economic engines. The goals? Maximize profits, reduce the size of the workforce, and rely less on skilled and, let's face it, expensive human experts. And critics are pointing out that this could lead to economic power getting concentrated in even fewer hands.
And all of this brings us to a much deeper, more fundamental concern that people are starting to talk about: the potential for a long-term, maybe even hidden crisis of creativity.
This quote here really just nails the whole fear in a nutshell. If we start depending too much on AI, which can only learn from what we've already done, we could get stuck in this weird feedback loop. You know, where innovation stops being about true, groundbreaking new ideas and becomes more about just mixing and matching what's already out there. And that idea leads to this term, intellectual complacency. It's what might happen when it's just so easy and convenient to get an instant answer from a machine that we stop doing the hard work ourselves. We lose that drive to really wrestle with a problem, to think deeply, to be truly, genuinely curious.
The big worry here is that this kind of complacency could start to weaken the very qualities that have always pushed humanity forward. Things like raw curiosity, a wild imagination, that willingness to just try something new and see what happens, and the courage to take big creative risks. These aren't just nice little extras, they're the engine of progress.
So we've looked at the incredible promise, and we've looked at the very real peril. Where does that leave us? Well, it leaves us with maybe the most critical point of this whole conversation. AI's future isn't some fixed thing that's just going to happen to us. It's a future that we are going to actively decide on. And this slide just lays it out so clearly. We're basically at a fork in the road. Down one path, AI is an empowering tool. It boosts our skills, gets rid of the boring stuff, and lets us experiment and create faster than ever before. But down the other path, it becomes a force for stagnation. It discourages originality and puts a ceiling on real innovation. The technology itself can go either way. Which path we take, that's on us. So really, the big takeaway here is that we have a responsibility. The real challenge is finding that perfect balance, to use all the incredible power of automation without losing that irreplaceable, messy, beautiful spark of human originality. It's all about using the tool, not letting the tool use us. And that leaves us with one final thought.
Maybe the greatest challenge of this new AI era isn't about the technology at all. It's not about building smarter and smarter machines. The real question is much more human. In a world that offers us instant answers for everything, will we still make the choice to stay curious?